How's it going? Yogo G Butch with Yogo Swag. Did some more work on the game like I promised I'd do. Not as much as I would have liked to, but there's some stuff done. So like before, you could still spawn containers, you can still give yourself items, but now we have a shiny new UI. Items have stack limitations, so in this case berries can only stack to 50. And then there's one equipment slot for your main hand. Berries can't be equipped, but if I give myself something like an iron axe, I can open my inventory, double click the iron axe, and it goes into the respective slot. I can click it again and unequip it. The other thing I can do here is I can go and open a chest, and it has its own inventory, right? I still can't transfer items through the UI, but I'm working on that. And now in this case, I can see the berries in the inventory of the chest here, and that obviously is still fully replicated, so I can go ahead and go over to a different screen here, and I can open it up, and same thing, they can see the berries, their inventory is their own, and obviously their equipment is their own. That's pretty much all I did. Somebody asked to see or for me to say what goes into that. If you're interested in that, that's what this part of the video is. Basically all that went into that was me building a UI through the widget blueprints. Huge pain in the ass. I absolutely hate it. Basically you make a widget here, and then you make a widget here, and this widget is what holds all the information for each item in the row. Then you make the actual inventory screen, and that has a list, and that list is a list of the item row, which is this one right here that I showed before. And so whenever you make an item, it'll populate into that list, and then that list can be scrolled on in the UI when you're playing. And then this right here is another slot that holds the equipment, and so that's what this is. You'll notice that these look completely different in every way. Couldn't tell you why. And then there's another box over here. This one is for any inventories that you open when you interact with them. There's a lot of code that went into this too. I'll just run over it real quick, and you can evaluate that on your own time, because it'd take me an eternity and a half to explain. I don't really want to. And then obviously there's a lot more in C++. That's where most of my code is, but again, I'd have to just sit there and scroll through it. It's not really worth doing. In other news, we did get a couple of art assets. We got a little bug guy. Look at the little bug. He's pretty cool looking. I got a couple animations for him as well. Some walking, hiding, and like a stinger animation, because he's kind of a little scorpion man. We got a goblin. Now the goblin is not a permanent asset, because some of you might recognize this goblin. For those of you that don't worry about it. We got a couple of bugmen. Obviously incomplete. For some reason the importing made them super low poly, so we're gonna have to go through and figure out why. These wings are also supposed to be transparent, but these are enemies that will appear in the game. So you'll have a large guy who's kind of really slow bruiser type, good at like taking down walls and whatnot, but not so great in a one-on-one fight just because of how slow he'll be. These guys who have little ass needles, and they'll shoot the ass needles at you. And then these guys, which are your just basic troops. They're obviously a little bit shorter and smaller than the average person in the game. Same thing with the goblin. And they will have weaknesses to specific types of damage. So slashing and piercing damage will be pretty effective on the goblins, while like crushing damage or blunt damage will be more effective on the insects. For now, those are the only three types of damage that I can think of that will be adding to the game, and obviously this comes in way later in the cycle of things that we're adding. That's more towards the end, towards the combat system, but I just wanted you guys to know that there was some kind of work being done towards creating an enemy for the combat system that'll actually be in place. If you got any questions about that, or if you have anything that you want to see, go ahead and leave me a comment or message me on Discord or whatever. Thanks for watching.